Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today from Jakks Pacific, we are featuring Metroid Prime 2 Samus. Alright, so I bought this at my local Walmart, and when I saw it, I freaked out. I've been wanting a Samus action figure for the longest time. I really regret passing up on the World of Nintendo action figures from back in the day that had Metroid-themed characters. I remember going into my Toys R Us and just like marveling at them, but I could never pull the trigger on them. Mostly because at that time I think I was more focused on collecting Transformers, Star Wars, and Marvel and DC. But Samus is a character that I'm very fond of. It goes all the way back to my early childhood. I think all the way back to like the 4th grade when I was like 9 or 10. And I've always just wanted a Samus figure. I think there's some other companies that have produced Samus outside of Jakks Pacific. Like I think there might be a Figma one, and also I think maybe a Max Factory Samus figure. But those are pretty pricey on the secondary market. And when I saw this was the only figure they had. For whatever reason, my local Walmart, and there's like 3 that I frequent, very, very rarely do they have any of these Jakks Pacific Nintendo figures that are not Mario based. The Zelda figures were incredibly hard for me to find. I didn't even know this was even coming out. This was the only figure they had. And when I saw it, I freaked out because I've been wanting Samus for so long. Alright, so let's get started. I love the box design. The image is beautiful. The color scheme is great. Amazing contrast with the costume versus the card art. It really stands out. It's going to pain me to open this up. There's a part of me that really wants to hunt down a second copy just so I could keep one mint on card. But I really just want to open this figure up. One of my goals is I kind of want to amass a collection of Nintendo-themed characters from the game Smash Brothers. So I kind of want to have my own little roster of Smash Brothers inspired figures. On the back, Samus from Metroid Prime 2 with Morph Ball. Samus Aran is the galaxy's foremost bounty hunter. Her mighty Variosuit grants her incredible abilities such as her Morph Ball capability and her powerful arm cannon. Articulation, 17 points, pretty standard. But yeah, beautiful looking figure. Some of the other Metroid figures that I have in my very limited collection of Metroid figures, I have the Amiibos. And at the time when they first introduced Amiibos, I was all about collecting Amiibos, but then it got to the point where you had to like compete with other collectors and show up at Toys R Us like at 8 o'clock in the morning just to fall in line. And I'm like, I'm giving up on this. I got the characters I wanted. And then here is, some Samus Amiibos. I kind of wish I still collected Amiibos, but, unfortunately I don't. I really regret on passing up on the recent Tekken one and some of the fighting game inspired ones like Terry from Fatal Fury and the Street Fighter characters. I kind of want to go back and hunt down some of the Castlevania ones also, but it could be pretty pricey. So yeah, these are my only 2 Metroid figures in my very large action figure collection. Alright, so let's take out Samus. Alright, so first off, let's take a look at the accessory. It comes with the Morph Ball. Very light, I think hollow accessory. Doesn't really do anything. Nice line scribing, to like give out the details, and then you kind of have that, it kind of recreates that neon glow. It's decent, it's kind of a much needed accessory. And let's take a look at the main event. We have Samus. And she looks awesome. I love how on the visor, they kind of like give it this like green, but like a hint of like yellow to kind of create that glowing effect. Uh, Man, that's cool. The shoulder pads are articulated. Here's her cannon. It looks like she swivels at the waist. Her head's supposed to move. Mine, yeah, it kind of moves. It's a little bit restricted though because of the nature of the armor. The sculpting is nice, but I think the one issue I have with it is the color of plastic. It's kind of matted, and it kind of takes away from the figure just a little bit. I kind of wish they used glossier plastic, especially since this is armor. I don't think it'd be bothersome if it was a glossy finish. Just because, for example, here, you know, with the amiibo, I love the metallic finish on here. Like something like this on this figure would really make it seem like a premium collectible and make it really stand out. And it kind of feels a little bit bare in terms of the detailing also. Even though the sculpting is really well done, you know, you look at some of the, like for example, the Zelda figures, and the level of detailing and the paint, it's on a different level. You know, there's some metallic finish here, like with the pendant. And it seems like, I don't know, it seems like with the Zelda figures, a little bit more care went into the paint application and the deco. But this is still a beautiful figure. It looks awesome. Really stoked to have her in my collection. So yeah, wonderful piece. If you're a fan of Metroid, especially with the recent re-release, the remaster on the Switch, I think this is well worth the purchase. It's a nice figure. I kind of wish she had foot pegs, or holes for foot pegs, so I could put her on a stand. But I'll just look for a stand somewhere. And oh wow, she actually has butterfly joints there too. That's cool. Yeah, so I'm really stoked to have this figure. I'm really curious to know what else is in the collection. Like, did they put out Unarmored Samus? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some homework. But yeah, pretty stoked on this. You know, this is something I've been wanting for like ever. So, all right. With that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.